morning and welcome to another episode of Mixed on the Move. I'm Mark Simmons, Chief Strategist and founder of Mixed Digital. In this series, I like to talk about different digital marketing topics while I'm driving around, making the best use of time. So in this episode, I want to talk about PR and marketing in the wake of the United Airlines debacle regarding the leggings. So if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, a couple of passengers were flagged at the gate for wearing leggings, and apparently they were United Pass members, which is kind of like a buddy pass system. So essentially they were representing the company, and the company's dress code policy is no leggings. So the mom had to pull out a dress for her little girl and cover up in order to get them on the plane. And I think the other daughter had something in her bag that she could change into, but caused a firestorm on social media, right? And it was very interesting to watch the fallout and see how the media covered it. And some media outlets, told the story and then buried the fact that they were past members, which was interesting because that was, to me, the most important thing. Once I heard that they were past members and I understood what past meant and that they were representing United, that made perfect sense. They have a dress code, that's it. Kind of end of story. They have to do what they're supposed to do in order to receive the benefit. So here's the interesting thing. In response, Delta sends out a tweet saying, "We want you to be comfortable on our flights. Leggings are welcome." So, good or bad? I'm curious as to what the viewers think. Delta was recently in the news for not acknowledging that a black female passenger was a doctor and able to render service to someone who was in distress. If you recall that story, she identified herself as a patient was in distress. Not sure if it was a heart attack or something, but it was serious enough. And she identified herself as a doctor, and the flight attendant didn't acknowledge that she was a doctor, didn't believe her, and then ended up getting, there was another doctor on the plane, ended up that they allowed that doctor to treat the patient or treat the passenger. So, embroiled in controversy, Delta, for being insensitive, and you want to come and take a snipe at a competitor. While I appreciate it and I think that it was a pretty hilarious tweet, is that the best thing to do? You're essentially shining a spotlight back on you and your misgivings. And believe me, Twitter doesn't forget, right? So the first few responses were, maybe you should worry about how you treat your own passengers. So, Twitter definitely responded and called Delta out on that statement. So I think it brings to light the tricky nature of PR and marketing, where you're trying to make a splash, and Delta saw this as, in my opinion, they saw this as an opportunity to get a little airtime, but they had their own demons. I feel like Delta needed to let their controversy die down before they start talking about a competitor and bring more attention back to their misgivings. So something to think about when you're crafting your PR strategy, when you're executing your PR strategy for your own company. Think about how messages are going to be received and how easy it is for negative information to spread, how your customers and prospective customers and just the community are not quick to forget negativity. So, something to consider. The other kind of related example in this conversation is Wendy's. Wendy's social media, whoever's managing their social media deserves a bonus because they are hilarious. They will take digs at McDonald's, at Taco Bell, Hardee's, whoever they find, and they're hilariously funny. So, if you get the chance, go on Wendy's Twitter account and take a look at some of the tweets that they have made, or I'm sure there's a BuzzFeed about it where you can look it up pretty easily. Okay, so the final thought, when doing PR, when executing PR, you want to think about how it's going to be perceived. And of course, if you have negative information that you need to spin, that's one thing, but to put new information out there and not think about how it's going to be received, that can come back to bite you. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like it below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information like this, and follow us on social media for information about other topics. We do Facebook Live every other week, where we talk about different topics, and we get together with multiple people to get different perspectives, so it's not just me. We're on Facebook, like I said, on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, so no shortage of places to follow us. And that's pretty much it. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching. Signing off.